Good morning. I just working out at the gym, and my son came with me today. He's been coming with me. Say hi, son.
Hi.
It's kind of nice. He's been getting into going out and going to the gym with me and getting into shooting guns and stuff, which is good because I sometimes have a hard time connecting with my kids. While I'm really good at communicating with other people outside of my family, I'm not so much with my family sometimes. But what I was thinking about while I was on the hydro massage table this morning and meditating was being a compassionate person. Being compassionate in my thinking, how I interact with other people, giving people the benefit of the doubt. What does it cost us to be compassionate? Nothing. Maybe a few minutes of our time, but what does it cost us to not be compassionate? It can cost us a lot. It can cost us friendships, it can cost us family, it can cost us business jobs, business deals or jobs or whatever. And what I mean by being compassionate is giving people the benefit of the doubt, not taking things personally. Somebody does something to us, we automatically most of the time think that it's a personal attack. Usually it's not. It's something going on with the other person. It doesn't have anything to do with us the majority of the time. If somebody bumps into me walking through the hallway at work that normally wouldn't, shoulder checks me or whatever, just being kind of a shitty, absolutely I could take it personally and turn around and be like, hey, what the fuck is your problem? But that's me taking it personally. Now, I would much rather work off of information that's accurate and stop and be like, hey man, what's up? That's not how you usually are with me. Did I do something wrong? The majority of the time you're probably going to get an answer like, no, I've got something on my mind, something happened, whatever. So being compassionate with that thinking is to not take it personally. Give them the opportunity to tell me. Most people don't do that because they don't want to hear the possibility of them saying, yeah, I'm fucking mad at you, I think you're an asshole. But I'd much rather work off of that and go from there and know what to do with it rather than assume that's the case and have it not be. Because what if they're just having a bad day? So if I'd say that and they turn around and say, oh, sorry, I'm going through a breakup or my family member died or whatever, that gives me an opportunity to continue being compassionate. Give them an outlet. I don't have to fix their problem, but maybe they just need to talk to somebody just to get it out. Somebody that's not going to judge them or whatever. So the other part of that is being transparent in my communication. Being transparent in my communication, especially for us addicts, if we're new in recovery, is going to be huge because we're trying to rebuild trust with our family or whoever we've done wrong. So transparent in our communication. For me, there's a book called Talk Shift, and it's more for business, and it talks about asking the question why 5 times when you're in a conversation with somebody. When they tell you something, ask why 5 times. Well, instead of asking why, because I'm going to feel like I'm interrogated if somebody in my family is asking me why a whole bunch of times when I'm trying to talk to them about something, and while they have the right to probably know all of those answers, if I feel interrogated, especially in early recovery, I'm going to shut down. So instead of asking why, I think to myself, answer the question why multiple times before they ask. Because now I'm going to be giving them all the information they're looking for. They're not going to feel like I'm lying and they have to force me to talk. And I'm not going to feel interrogated, so I'm going to be okay talking to them. Now, what I mean by that is giving them too much information. Let's say I'm doing a group therapy session and there's somebody new in group and they're sitting in the chairs and somebody comes in outside from smoking and sits next to them and they smell like smoke. The new guy looks at them and says, hey man, I don't like the smell of smoke. Could you move? A lot of us, especially in early recovery, are going to look at that guy and be like, you fucking move. I ain't moving for you. Now, if the guy gave him too much information from the start, it would probably be different. Now, if he said, hey man, I had a stepfather who smoked a lot and he always smelled like cigarettes and he was physically abusive when I was a kid and you really smell like that and it's kind of triggering me. Do you mind sitting somewhere else? Most of the time, the person would be like, oh, shit, sorry man, yeah, of course. What I did was transparent. I told them what I needed, what I wanted, why I felt that way, like how I got there, all the whole thing. Now, while it's not necessarily our job to tell people that stuff, we're going to be a lot more effective in our communication. And that means relationships with our spouse, with our family. If I tell my son that he has to clean the kitchen, by Wednesday, and it's only Sunday now. I can't come in Monday night or Tuesday and be mad because she hasn't cleaned it yet because I gave him until Wednesday. Now, if I come in Wednesday night from work and I see there's clean dishes on the counter drying on a towel, the floor has been swept and mopped, but obviously the top of the stove is dirty, the fridge is still cluttered on the top of it, the door handle on the fridge has stuff on it, whatever. But the counters are wiped down, sink is clean. I come in and get mad at him and be like, yo, dude, I thought I told you to clean the kitchen. And he's going to be proud of the kitchen and be like, I did, Dad. I cleaned it. And while he's correct, he cleaned it to his standards, might not have been to mine. But if I was transparent in my communication, I would have told him exactly what I expected. Stove to be cleaned, the refrigerator to be cleaned out, the top of the fridge. I don't want to see dishes on the counter drying. I want them to be put away. But I didn't do that to him. So I had these expectations that he wasn't aware of. Transparent communication can solve a lot of that stuff. Transparent communication builds trust with each other. With our spouses. If my spouse is mad at me because we don't spend enough time together, that's her problem, not mine. So I can't fix it my way. I need to find out from her how to fix it. Otherwise, I end up with a situation like where I come home, put my phone away, and give her an hour a night of my undivided attention. And that's not what she was looking for. So she feels like I'm not making any effort to change. And I feel like I'm going way out of my way to change. And we end up still butting heads. And we both feel like we're putting in 100% and the other person's not doing anything. You know, I'm going, she doesn't notice the efforts I'm making. Where when I ask her, or if she would have told me up front, you know, being transparent, what it is she needed, she might have been thinking more like one of the 2 days during the weekend be just for our family. Or just for her and me, or whatever. So that's what she had in mind. That's what she was looking for to fix the problem. But because neither one of us voiced that to each other, we both went off of what we thought would fix the problem, or I went off what I thought would fix the problem. But that's how I would fix it, and it wasn't my problem to start with. It was an issue she was having. So I have to find out how to fix that problem that she has, her way, not my way. Now, if we all practice being transparent in our communication, that happens a lot easier. And if you're the only one that's being transparent in the communication in your family or your relationships or work or whatever, that's okay. Because that's going to present us opportunities, one, to show the other people how to interact with each other, and maybe they'll start picking up on it. But two, it gives us an opportunity to ask more questions. So if I know that that's the way I want to communicate with somebody and somebody doesn't do that to me, I can ask those questions of why, if I need to. So just thought I would share that. Remember to be compassionate and loving as much as possible. We've got enough bullshit going on in this world that we should be able to take the time out a couple of seconds to give somebody a little extra love. Love to me is really, really simple. Doing something for somebody else with no expectations. So if all I'm doing is sitting and listening to somebody that's struggling, I don't even have to respond. Just sitting there and spending a couple of seconds to listen to them, or a couple of minutes. That's me giving them love, because I don't have any expectations for them to do anything for me in return. All I'm doing is donating a little bit of my time to show them a courtesy, some empathy, some compassion, and to love them. So with that, I love you guys. Have a great day.